I also continued, fortunately, to have a very positive ongoing relationships with tribes. Now, in the year 2022, when I look back, I've testified in 41 court cases or judicial matters, written dozens of expert witness reports, provided thousands and thousands of pages of documents that have been submitted as evidence or exhibits in court, and have addressed a variety of issues. Currently, I'm serving in the Oswego Lake case, which is my 11th case as an expert witness in public access to navigable waters in Oregon. In 9 of those cases, I've been the state's witness, and 2 others for non-state interests about the navigation servitude or the public trust doctrine about public use of navigable waterways. The other cases have involved 21 tribes across the United States, from the Oneida and the Seneca in New York, to the Eastern Pequot in Connecticut, the Ottawa, the Delaware, and the Quapaw in Oklahoma, 14 different tribes in California, and then the Cow Creek Band of Umpqua, Kushlor-Umpqua, Siuslaw, Grand Ronde tribes, Cowlitz tribe, Chinook tribe, and others in Oregon and Washington. In 1989, after the restoration of the Cow Creek Band of Umpqua in 1982, the tribe was, and I'd served as their expert witness in the U.S. Claims Court over their treaty lands in 1855. They were ready to embark upon economic development. So I called upon my youngest brother, Mark Beckham, born in 1954, and his wife, Cynthia, who had done her law degree at Lewis and Clark College. And the 3 of us researched and wrote a business plan for the Cow Creek Band of Umpqua. The tribe had an 11-acre tract with a beat-up old motel on the north edge of Canyonville, Oregon. But it was on the main route of I-5, the interstate freeway, down the west coast of North America. And we thought that there was promise. And we looked first at the development of a firewood business, and then a jam and jelly business. And those were cottage industries with lots of labor and no profit. And then the prospect arose of maybe a bingo hall. So Brother Mark visited bingo halls in the East and eventually in Europe. I did the traffic volume counts, and Cynthia did a lot of the economic factors. And we brought in a business plan that envisioned a gaming operation that would start with bingo, and then keno, and then eventually machines and roulette and other games of chance. Well, it just happened that by 1990, their very clever attorney, Dennis Whittlesey, with whom I'd worked for a decade in court, was able to secure the first tribal gaming pact in Oregon between an Indian tribe and the state under the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act. I was named that year to the board of the Umpqua Indian Development Corporation. 5 tribal members, 4 non-tribal. And the 4 of us who were non-tribal brought real-world experience and business experience to the 5 tribal members, and we proceeded forthwith to establish the Seven Feathers Casino. Today, it's an enterprise that has a gross income of around $270 million a year in Canyonville, Oregon. It's a casino, hotel, truck and travel center, spa, convenience store, hydroelectric project, electric company. They have a diversified economy, and they are the 2nd largest employer in Douglas County, Oregon. So my work from classroom to courtroom to the business world transitioned in many interesting ways over the last 60 years. And I'm really pleased to see the impact that modern tribal economies have had on lives. People who were impoverished are employed. People with very poor medical care now have clinics and dental care paid for by tribal income. People who wanted an education can get an education through the tribal initiatives. And the tribes, interestingly, have now become philanthropists. They are giving money through their tribal enterprises to other nonprofits to help make this be a better world.